that should give you a hint. This is just a start. So I really think that uh, where we are today is a work of above average people. It's not something that you can achieve with just average people who just show up to work. So everything you see is because who we have on our dream team. And I insist to call it the dream team. Why? Because I chose to share this. When I checked the website today, I didn't see it before. Typically, or usually, they show me that the theme today. They kept that to the last minute and said, "Okay, it's already live." And I went to see the website live today. The first thing that came to my mind, oh man, I just had an email flag to Mr. Nazal, myself, with some preferences, color theme, and some instructions. And I see them now. Was I dreaming? I see them on the live website. I have that email, by the way. And I see some, and then I see, and then the blog. That's amazing. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So I really can't thank them enough. And again, you know, the travel aspect, how tiring, the time zone, the conflict of that around the clock. So we are honored by our team. We're going to be the envy of the market by the quality of our executives, by the scope of our work and how we're expanding and strategizing everything. We're not rushing into profitability per se, or transactional mode of business, if you wish. And that is not easy to accomplish unless you've planned that uh, ahead of time. Many companies would be nervous. They will collapse, like, you know, when they don't have the revenue. And we are uh, playing this long term. We want to do it right, not fast. And everything is just absolutely as planned. Uh, Dr. Soha told you that we have canceled membership in the back office. It's when you click, you go to my profile in your Founders back office, it will give you an option, cancel membership. It's already highlighted there. Be aware, you click there, you're gone. All right. So once you click, it's going to give you an OTP. Why? We want to make sure that you indeed is you want to get that cancellation. All right. And that gives it up to 10 minutes. No excuses, not 1 minute. The email, the validity of that OTP, one-time password, works for up to 10 minutes. No matter how slow you are, you can catch it. All right. And then once you put that, you confirm it's you, that account is locked permanently. No matter who you bring with you, even Susie McRae is not going to have any connection with the company, not going to unlock it. It's going to be permanently terminated. Okay. And the refund, if somebody's interested, ridiculous, I have to mention that. The instructions are there. You just follow the instructions, and it can take up to 10 business days, depending on the mode of the payment. But that's a one-time thing, while we still honor the refunds, because we're gonna be specific about this. It's not uh, it's not permanent. Okay, it's been already for a few years, and now it's time to move on to the next phase. And the reason we want to make it through the back office for security reasons, and I think Chris Johnson will tell you, just recently, I think 14 accounts we've terminated or refunded, and it was a mistake. They did not want to refund them. It was like secondhand information, and it's hard to undo it. That's a problem, especially structure and all of that. And after you send the payment, how are you going to collect the payment? We closed doors long time ago. So that's a problem. So we want to make sure it is indeed you, and there's no excuse for anyone not to be able to cancel to access the account. whether it's the ecosystem or ofounders.net. Why? Because if you don't recall your password, all you need is to remember your name, email address. That's a funny one. Remember your name if you can. uh, if uh, if you know your email address and you are the owner, you can request a password reset or forgot password. It will send you a link to your email address. You click that. You can input a new email address from that email. It only works from that email. So if somebody clicks to change your password from the outside, it's not going to work, obviously. All right. So it's only from that email. So specific, exclusive, secure link comes into your email. The owner of that O-Founders account. You click, you put your password, you confirm it, you have a new password. Now, if you have a problem to migrate per se, you're among the tens of thousands still didn't go to the new back office, to the ecosystem, bad news. You are the problem, not us, not the technology or the system. You have issues. I'm sorry to tell you that. So I invite all of the leaders, if you have somebody in your team that did not migrate, remind them, because we decided to move ahead. We're no longer holding hands and waiting for those minority who did not manage to move it. They're not interested. They're not engaged. We just want to move ahead. That's it. We've given enough time and no more excuse. We've changed a lot just to make it insanely simple. We removed that one-time password, the temporary password or the OTP. Why? Because we just want to make it insanely simple. All right. Even any level of it doesn't require any technicality or any. It doesn't take a technical, wizard to be able to change that. So I really cannot emphasize the stability that we're in today and how things are as we design. I think it's worth to mention something. Dr. Suha already touched up on. I'm here. I'm involved in many things. Uh, let me talk to you directly, and I chose to talk here, not a side chat, because the word is already out on YouTube that Ash is stepping back. Gonna take a break, and the managers are gonna do that. Hold on to my
I wish, but that is in their dreams, honestly. That does not, well, the thing, guys,
hold,
if
hold
you're
on to my
around.
eulogy. Not yet, okay? I'm still around, okay? And I'm not stepping back. I'm stepping up, and I will continue this. This is my life. If I'm like a fish in the water, uh, and ONPASSIV is that water. I will not survive outside ONPASSIV. So I'm not going away. I'm not going anywhere. Of course, would I change my strategy? Would I change? Yeah, of course, I'm open to do that. It's healthy. It's needed. Why? Because we're growing. We're stepping up. So as I said also on Passive 360, the honeymoon is over. We are likely in one of the most I would say that one of the few or the last Zoom sessions, definitely. So there's not going to be more Zooms. Okay, that's one thing. And we are just about to invite you within the next few days, the coming days, we're going to invite you for strike number one, List Crash or Connect. And we're going to post that in the back office. We're going to invite you for a live session to go and see how much we can hold and what breaks, what doesn't work. It has to be live with volume. It cannot work with 100 people or 7,000. Like we could gather 1,000, between all of our employees and locations and our affiliates. We can do that. Perhaps we need a larger volume. They want tens of thousands. If we can reach 100,000, 60,000, we'll see how much we hold up. So we will invite you. Hopefully you can participate in that. If it works, we're good. If it doesn't work, which is possible, or something, we need to tweak, we'll do it. We'll come strike two. That's how we're going to do it. So when we are done and we stabilize O Connect, everything is going to go through the ecosystem, through my contacts and the calendar in the corporate, and it will be communicated by and led by Dr. Soha and the team. All those events, so we're going to organize them, and they're very much likely to be more frequent, not once a week, but not exclusive to the founders.
Correct.
So they're going to be.
If you allow me, Mr. Ash, to
Please.
also add here, and again, I've just mentioned about the centralization process at the very beginning of the talk. And guys, we're a corporation that is growing massively. And you don't see a CEO or a chairman that meets even his own staff on weekly or monthly. He only sees them half yearly or by the end of the year, if he wants to say a message
That's
or something.
true. Annually,
because the vision is there. The vision is there and everyone knows exactly what to be done. So pretty much that phase when Mr. Ash was there all the time, it was for a purpose that has been accomplished. And right now we're in phase 2, exactly, because we're growing step by step. Right now we've got other people on board, but we don't want to be questioned even by them out of professionalism. But why are you only meeting the founders and not us? Specifically, there are lots of privileges given to the founders and the brand ambassadors who started with us from the beginning. But again, we don't want to also build that kind of discrimination or kind of variation. That we don't want it to be that big or have that kind of question marks. We don't want to create more issues for ourselves because again, we want them on board as our family. So the thing is, we need your support now with Mr. Ash to even be the guider for these people. This is why I said we need to unify the language. We need to unify the brand identity, everything. So it's not anymore that the chairman or the actual founder of a company is there all the time speaking. We don't want him to burn out. Later on, he's just going to be there because he needs to free his time, and that's my duty. I'm gonna work on that. I need to free him to be the visionary person that he should, thinking of the future, bringing up new things, crazy ideas, being really disruptive, not really focusing on responding to that email, responding